Okay, hey everyone, how's it going? CV Tech here, and this is a live broadcast, of course, on the LG X Power First Thoughts and Q&A on this device. I'm sitting here trying to set everything up and making sure that I am live, and all that cool stuff. So just give me a little minute here. Apologize for the delay here. I'm just trying to get on here where I can find myself using my cell phone here so I can read the comments that come in. And right now, of course, I'm not finding it here on my channel, which is really nothing unusual because I always seem to, have that kind of issue and everything. It says live right here. But of course, when I go to it, it does not show me being live at all. So hopefully here in a minute, I can get everything done, get everything straightened out. Hope the video quality is decent. Hope the audio quality is decent. Like I made mention, this is the live Q&A and first thoughts on the LG X Power. I've had it for I don't know what about a week now, and I'm really liking the phone. And I will get into everything here in just a moment, as soon as I am able to go in here and find myself live and be able to read the comments that are coming in, as I do not have that set up on my computer to do that. So as soon as it does show me here being live and I can answer your comments and answer your questions, and I will be happy to do so. It's just right now I'm not finding it here when I search in CV Tech, because I do find my channel and it does show me as right there, as you see, being, well, don't come in very good, but it does show me being live. But when I go to my channel here, it does not show anything about me being live. So if you're leaving comments and leaving and stuff like that right now, I'm sorry, I cannot see them. For more minutes and find out what's going on and why I'm not able to find my live stream device. So I do apologize for this inconvenience. Just sometimes it does take a few minutes to set up. Okay, so it looks like that I may have found it right here. So let me just go ahead and get this set up and get the camera set to the side and open the live chat. Okay, we are ready to roll. So let's go ahead and set this phone to the side here. Let me go ahead and adjust the display to stay on for 30 minutes at least. So we're going to start off here with the individual. Hey, how's it going? The real tech right. Hey, how's it going today? Chad, good Saturday to you as well. Hope y'all are all having a good day. And like I made mention, I did do this through the Emoji app the other day, and for some reason, when I got almost finished with the Q&A, I had issues with the. It just would not let me broadcast anymore. So I'm having to do this all over again. So, like I said, this is the LG X Power, and I've had it for about a week now, and I have used it quite a bit. Now, there is some goods about this phone. and some, well, I won't say not so good, but I would say some things about it that I really thought would be better than what they really are. Now, I know that some people processor is important. Some people screen resolution is important. Some cameras important. Some audio is important. Battery life's important. And number one selling feature of this device here is the battery life. Now, it does have a 4100 milliamp hour battery, and the battery does last quite a bit. Um, However, it's not as impressive as I really figured it would be. Now, on the first charge, I did put up on um, Google Plus, I do believe, um, that. Give me 1 second, I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. It's getting pretty hot in here already with the light being on, so I got to get my remote control of my fan to blow me some air over here, so it will. I'll get a little bit more comfortable. So, just wanting to make sure, is everybody being able to hear me okay? Is everybody let me know, please, if the audio sounds good. Um, if you're able to hear me, just let me know in the chat section of this video, so that way I will know how things are going. So I really greatly appreciate it a bunch. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Realtek, right? But like I was saying, back to the battery. Now on Google Plus, um, I was able to get 24 hours and like 26 minutes of total usage with around 8 hours of screen on time, which is really not bad. I was expecting more standby time, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, Tim. Yeah, got this remote control here for the fan, the old tower fan. It's actually helped a whole lot right now. So yeah, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good day. Um, the audio was okay. Yeah, the audio. This computer here, this is really does not have the best microphone. It does sound a bit muffled, and I have tried before to make it external audio, but I can't. I don't have really have a way yet. And I figured the video would lag a little bit because my internet is pitiful. So anyway, and ever since the first charge on the X Power, I've charged it, turned it off, charge it. It takes over 3 hours to charge. Now that's with Quick Charge 2.0. It took me 3 hours and 5 minutes, give or take a few minutes, to charge this device. Now to me, that's just not very fast. I mean, I would figure maybe 2 hours for such a big battery, but not 3 hours. And I gotta be honest with you, the battery life has dropped since the first charge. And I turn it off, let it charge, like I always do. And the last time before the battery went dead this time, um, I had around I had around 30 hours of standby time, but only around 4 hours screen on time. So I mean, come on, I mean, you figured that a battery like this here with a 720p display would be better, but it's just not really. That is really slow for quick charging. Yeah, exactly. Over 3 hours from one, well, actually from 2% to 100% took 3 hours and 5 minutes. Give or take a few minutes. And I was really kind of shocked to see that. Especially whenever I've done a test yesterday on the Stylo 2 from 0% to 100% took 2 hours and 2 hours and like 2 hours and 10 minutes on the Stylo 2 with no quick charge. So that's kind of, and it's a 3,000 milliamp hour battery versus only 1,100 more milliamp hour here on the X Power. So I don't know what the deal is there, but it is what it is. Now the camera is an 8 megapixel camera on the back, recording full 1080. Does have a flash and has a 5 megapixel camera here on the front, as you can't do this right there. You can see right there. And I have posted a picture or two on Instagram. And pictures turn out really good. Now, pictures, of course, most cameras do suffer, towards the evening, towards the nighttime, inside light, and sometimes it suffers unless you get into the really high-end devices. But for this phone right here that I paid $90 for when it was on sale, camera quality is quite impressive, and I really do like the camera. What is the output on the charging brick? 3 hours is too long. The Z Max Pro has quick charge 4.0, and charges quicker than that. Well, I'm not really sure. The charger's over there. I'm actually charging another phone using that cable right now, so I can't really check right now on that. Being that the ZTE Grand X Max 2 takes 97 minutes of quick charge 2.0. Yeah, that's what it ought to be. That's what it ought to be. Now I have noticed that on this phone, that when the phone is powered on and it's charging, it charges much faster. It's very weird, but it does seem to charge faster when the phone is on than when the phone is turned off. When the phone's turned off, an hour into the charge and you'll be at like 35% after 60 minutes. You'll be at 90 minutes. You may be at 50%. But whenever the phone was powered on and you were actually using the phone, and if you let the phone sit, plug it in, it seems to charge faster. Hey Michael, the LG X Power on Quick Wireless quick charge, in which the LG quick charger comes in the box. It came with an LG V10, LG G5, and LG V20. Yeah, it is the quick charge 2.0. And you can always tell how it's going to charge, especially with the micro USB cable, because it's very thick, it's very solid, and most times them are one that you really want to use because they're really going to be awesome, and they're really going to let a lot of current, a lot of power through. So anyway, this phone does have a 5.3 inch 720p display. It does look good right now. Right now the phone is turned off. I just give it a full charge and everything else, and so all that cool stuff. But the screen looks good, no issues there. It's kind of in between the sweet spot of 5 inches and 5.5 at 5.3, and I really like it. The phone feels good in the hand. It reminds me a lot, and it reminds me a lot of the LG Tribute HD. Is the charging cable long or too short? To me, I don't know how many foot it is. I want to say it's probably around, I don't know, 4 foot maybe. A 4 foot cable. It's not very long. I like long charging cables, but I have seen longer cords, but it's not too bad. The LG X Power that came from the LG Quick Charger takes 2 whole hours and a couple of minutes to charge from 1 to 100%. So yeah, I think that everybody's experiences different times on charge. I'm not really sure why that is. So where was I at on this device? The battery is also not replaceable. The back is on. You cannot replace it. You cannot take the back off. The 3.5mm headset jack is on the bottom, which is really nice. I prefer to be on the bottom than on the top. Of course, power button on the right side, volume button on the left side. And it's just a pretty much basic phone. But like I was saying, it reminds me a lot of the LG Tribute HD. Um, hey Janine, this one here cost me $89.99 on Best Buy on sale last week. To the best of my knowledge, Best Buy this week has it on sale for $10 more at $99.99. And this one here cannot be unlocked for other carriers. However, the Cricket version um, is GSM. It has different specs as far as processor goes, but it's basically the same phone. And that one, I'm guessing, probably can be unlocked because Cricket has the exact same phone, just a different processor than what comes in this one here. This here is the Boost Mobile version, and it cannot be unlocked, unfortunately. So you can't use it on other carriers. Um, the only difference that I really see, the Cricket version has a Qualcomm processor, though. I wonder if the MediaTek chip doesn't play as well with quick charge. I don't know. This is my first MediaTek phone, really, with a MediaTek processor. I really don't know how that works. Like I said, it does charge faster whenever the phone is on than whenever the phone is off. Hey, what's up, Magic Tech? LGX Power charges super slow on different chargers. Now, I'm using this. I'm using the one that came in the box with this device. I'm not using any other charger. I'm using the one that came out of the box with a thick cord and the big old long wall brick and everything. I guess comes with all of them, and takes forever to charge. Um, However, like I said, it does charge faster when it's turned on than when it's turned off. But the main difference that I see between this phone here and the LG Tribute HD is screen size from 5.3 to 5 inches. It runs the 1.3 gigahertz quad core Snapdragon 210 series processor. I think that's the same processor that runs on the X Power on Cricket. And so basically, they're about the same phone. They're designed the same. Everything is in the same place. Only difference is the battery can be replaced in the LG Tribute HD, and the battery is 2,000 milliamp hours smaller than the X Power. Michael says, and the LG G2 is also non-removable, which overall charges in between 2 whole hours and 2 minutes, and under 2 hours as fast as a Galaxy S4 Note 3 and S5. Yeah, like I said, the biggest selling point with this phone here is the battery. 4,100 milliamp hour battery, but I'm just not that impressed with the battery life. I gotta be honest with you. First charge, I thought, wow, 24 hours of straight usage. There were 8 hours of screen on time. I thought that's better than any phone I've ever had. But ever since the first charge, giving it full charges with the phone powered off, just giving it good, letting it drain down to a couple of percentages, fully charging it back up. I figured after a few charges it would get better, but it seems to be getting worse. It don't seem to be getting any better as far as battery life goes. So not really sure what the problem is there. I don't know. Hopefully, maybe it'll get better. If not, I mean, the biggest part of me buying this phone here was for the battery. But if battery, I don't know. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just a great phone. I mean, now, hey, Magic Tech, I forget what processor comes in the Cricket version, because I know it's a lot different than the Boost version. This here runs the 1.8 octa-core MediaTek. I think it's Helio P10 processor. Um, Tim, gonna keep it or thinking about the J7. Honestly, I want to give this here a few more days before I make that decision. The J7 is looking really good right now, especially for Black Friday. On sale at Best Buy for only $89.99. That's a pretty hard. It's the Qualcomm 210. So it's actually running the same processor as the the LG Tribute HD on Boost Mobile. So I'm pretty sure that the battery life would be a whole lot better on the X Power running the Qualcomm 210 versus the octa-core 1.8 Helio P10 processor. So yeah, chip, whatever. Yeah. So there's a big difference there in processor between the Boost version and Cricket version. This one here running the 1.8 gigahertz octa-core Helio P10 chipset versus the 1.3. I think it's a 1.3 gigahertz quad core Snapdragon 210 on the Cricket version, which is not putting out as much processing power, having the same battery. I'm sure that the Cricket version does have a whole lot more. The Cricket version only has 1.5 gigabytes of RAM also. Okay, I didn't know that, so thanks for letting me know, Tim. This one here has the 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of ROM. And, I mean, overall, the phone is just a phone. Michael says LG X Power and Boost Mobile charging time acts like LG G3. Charging time increases from 2 whole hours a couple of minutes to close to 4 whole hours when it's powered off. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when you look at the LG X Power, it's just another LG phone in the lineup. That's the only way I can mention it. Pedro said, "Hey, I love your reviews." Thanks, Pedro. I do appreciate it very much. Thanks for stopping in. But my honest opinion on the LG X Power, it's a great phone. I've had little to no lag. I really get into playing Real Racing 3 on this device, as well as the Warp Elite, the Stylo 2, and the J3, and all those phones. And they all seem to run flawlessly. But the phone that I've had the least hiccup is the LG X Power. This phone has some power to it. It scores about double on benchmark tests compared to any phone that I really have right now, which I will be doing some comparisons between this phone and the Stylo 2, this phone and the Warp Elite, this phone and the J3, and all like that good stuff. How was the call quality? Can you hear calls good? Yeah, I can hear calls just fine. Call quality seems to be good. However, I must mention that 99% of the time I wear Bluetooth. So just only like 1% of the time do I ever actually put a phone to my ear and talk on the phone, unless I forget my headset or it goes dead. Because in my area, with service being a little bit sketchy, holding the phone seems to kill the reception a little bit more. So I would have to have the phone down with a Bluetooth in. So yeah, so far the call quality from what I have done is good. Speakerphone quality, however, is not that great. I have experienced some crackling noises with the speakerphone quality while on phone calls. But the earpiece, not like any other LG, sounds the same. Pedro, how's everything? Thanks for replying. Everything's going good. Doing pretty good. Just trying to pump these videos out and trying to get these videos out. And there's times you're like, oh, do I want to do it now? Do it later? I've been meaning to do this live stream here for 2 days now. But every time that I get around to doing it, it's around 3 a.m. I'm like, I am not going to do a stream that late at night. So I thought today being Saturday, middle of the day like this here, it'd be a perfect time to do this live stream. So yeah, call quality is good. Reception is really good. Connectivity is really good. It's just mainly the bottom line, what I think of the LG X Power is it's just another LG device. It works just like the LG Stylo 2, in my opinion. Um, I mean, it's not, this phone here is faster, does not have quite, I mean, it is a little bit faster, and all that stuff. You know, I have pushed this phone very hard. I have just really pushed this phone to the limit and just see what it would do. And it has yet to just freeze on me. It's just been a really good device. I feel you. Yeah, it struggles sometimes. Now, like I made mention before I answer any more questions, I am going to make mention of a couple of issues I did have with this phone here that I made mention in my emoji live stream a few nights ago that froze up and deleted itself on me. So I will actually address those problems right now. Now, I've only had this issue happen one time, but if it happens one time, I think that it is worth addressing to the public. So I will go ahead and discuss that right now. Now, the first problem that I had with this phone here was the camera. I use this phone sometimes as a dash cam, and I had the phone sitting up here on the windshield recording. It got about 2 minutes into recording, and the recording just froze. I could hear background noises taking off, changing gears, but the screen was frozen. I stopped the video playback. The camera froze for like 2 minutes. It wouldn't do nothing. It went to like a gray screen and wouldn't do anything. Um, it was just froze solid. Wouldn't do anything at all. And so I had to go in there, force close everything, and started the camera again, and the camera started right up. No issues, no problems whatsoever. While I'm talking here, I will go ahead and power up the X Power. It was turned off. I'll go ahead and power it up. The second problem was the power button. The other day, I kept pushing the power button. It done nothing. I could not get it to power off. With the battery being internal, I could not hold the power button down to forcibly restart it. Nothing. I mean, the power button would not do anything at all. I kept on pushing it, kept on mashing it, just sliding across it, and eventually, after about 5 minutes, it did start working again. And there is some times now where I will push it and it won't do anything. I'll push it again and it'll work. So it could just be my device. You know, leave it to me to get a device. It's a little bit defective here and there. But like I always say, no phone is perfect. You're going to have glitches. You're going to have issues with every electronic device you have. So I don't really count this as a bad phone because of that issue. It's just something that I experienced in my usage of the X Power. Okay, let me go up here. Says battery killer. What? I will get one, but I have Virgin Mobile. I need an unlocked phone. Yeah, I really don't know what to tell you there. This thing here is the battery killer. I mean, this thing right here will dominate on battery life. That's the only thing with the Boost LG devices. They're all the same, and one really isn't an upgrade over another, just small things. Well, I gotta say this here is a major improvement, in my opinion, over like say the Stylo 2. Yeah, the Stylo 2 has a stylus. It's got a 5.7-inch display, but both of them have the same red screen. This one here really steps it up with a whole new chipset, being an octa-core processor, having a big old battery in the back, and just a whole different design. So I actually got to say that they've done a pretty good job by getting the X Power. Oh, that's cool. Magic has some customers there. The ZT Warp Elite would freeze up when I was doing videos. Now that's one thing I've been having issues with lately is my ZT Warp Elite. I think it's about to bite the dust. I don't know. I gave it a factory reset last night or this morning, one or the other, because it was really acting up with not how to work at all. So the Elite is getting pretty bad. The LG G2 used to freeze and get hot a lot, but the phone itself is extremely very sensitive where it would easily get shattered. Yeah, this one here ain't that slick. It's a little bit on the sides, maybe a little bit to some people. The Tribute HD is a piece of ice. It'll about fall your hand for no reason at all. But I would recommend a case. You know, that's just my personal opinion. You should become a blogger. I'm not sure if you ever heard of Bossy2. Love that guy. He's an inspiration. Little see you being very YouTube famous. I appreciate that, Pedro. I really do. It really means a whole lot to hear you say that. Um, I do vlogs sometimes. It's not a whole awful lot. I'm back now, haha, for the moment. Awesome. Magic says, man, the ZT Grand X4 is freaking dope. Man, whenever I first seen your video of the Grand X4, I was like, that's what the Warp 7 should have been. You know, the Warp 7 should have been the Grand X4. I mean, if that would have been the case, the Warp would have really been worth to keep. Because that phone looks awesome, man. I mean, that phone just looks really cool. I've seen your videos on it, and I was like, man, that phone is awesome. CV Tech, is your signal full bars or is it low signal and searching? That will do it every time. What exactly do you mean? Rotec right, for me, I don't care about fingerprint scans. I'll stick with my Grand X Max 2. Grand X Max 2 is an awesome phone as well. I never used one, but going from what everybody's told me about them phones, ZTE is great. Some will just absolutely hate on ZTE, but I gotta say, I really am a fan of ZTE. Yeah, I've had a few little issues here and there. Most part, I'm a ZTE fan. Michael says the LG G3 lasts me 4 whole days while using the battery saving mode as a target. Wow, 4 days. That's pretty good. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, I mean, like I said, there's really not much else really that I can say. It's first thoughts video, or first thoughts part of this video here on the LG X Power. Other than the screen looks good. By the way, oh, okay. Oh, it's cool, no problem. Is that, you know, the rear speaker output is louder than I've heard some say it is, ringtone, stuff like that, but it is in the back, which is always a thumbs down for me anyway. I believe that phones in 2016, going into 2017, all phones should have speakers on the bottom of the phone or on the front or somewhere. I don't care, you know. Um, I have not used battery saver on the X Power as of yet, so I will do that as well, because I want to really test this phone out like crazy, to see what all it does before I make any decisions on if I'm going to return it for a J7 or hang on to the X Power. The X Power so far is a keeper because it really does not have any lag. I mean, the phone does not lag, the phone does not hang up. The phone is just a really nice device, and I really enjoy using the thing. Turning on the screen here. The screen just looks really good, very vibrant. It does look too bright for my laptop here to. But let's just narrow it down a little bit here. And I mean, the phone is just super smooth. Now, I do have a third-party launcher on here. I always have a third-party launcher. I never use LG stock launcher. I use stock launcher on every other device but LG. I don't know why. But the phone is extremely snappy and it works very good. And the screen really looks awesome. Rotate right. Hashtag ZTE Nation. Big thumbs up. There's a battery saver on X Power. Oh, yeah. I just seen that. Yeah, we keep on. Hashtag ZTE Nation. That's right. Hey Omar, how's it going? Thanks for joining in. Boost needs to get some motos. I agree. Hint, hint, Boost Mobile, Moto G4 Play. Verizon's got it. You need to get it as well. ZT doesn't update anything, doesn't give any kind of software support. If Boost sold some of the Moto line, I think it would sell huge. I have to agree 100%. That's why we need to just hound ZTE with hashtag ZTE. Where's my update? ZTE Axon 7. Yeah, awesome device. Never used it, but from what I've seen of it, it's really great. So yeah, final thoughts right now before we get into an open topic discussion is that the LG X Power works great. If you're planning on getting it from Boost Mobile, my personal opinion, I never tell anybody they should ever buy a phone or not buy a phone. That's not for me to decide. The best thing I can tell you to do, and I will say this, my opinion is do not go into a Boost store to buy a phone because most of them are awful. I'm just being honest. There are some good ones, but a lot of them I don't really like. So I prefer going to someone like Best Buy, someone like Walmart, picking up phones where you have a return policy without having all the hassle of in-store reps that really don't know what they're doing half the time. So that's just my opinion. But my personal opinion on the LG X Power, if you're thinking about getting it, I highly recommend it because I think it's a great phone with a decent sized screen. You're not going too big, but you're not going too small, and it's a great overall phone. Stay tuned for the full review, and that concludes. And I also the gaming test, the comparisons. That will conclude this version or this part of the first thoughts of the LG X Power. Now we'll go into a little bit of open topic, just talking about different things. So yeah, let's go into some of the comments here. ZTE Z Max Pro. Well, wait a minute, I gotta scroll down. It is not only quick charge 1.0, it's also quick charge 3.0 compatible, in which you can use the LG fast charger, Samsung that charges as quick as LG 4.1. Cool. My phone, the Carrier had a review, restart and reboot. Before it reboots, it displays a message saying the SIM card is being inserted. It is already inserted. It happens a lot. I'm really not sure what that means. Maybe one of y'all can help me out with that. Magic says maybe it's the octa-core processing and low signal searching since you're kind of in the sticks. Oh, okay, I got you now. Octa-core processing, probably so. However, out here, I'm on Wi-Fi, so I'm not on actually trying to struggle to find data. But I'm always on Wi-Fi, and I always have between 2 and 3 bars of service. And actually, Boost Mobile has really upped the voice coverage in my area, so it's not really the part that's struggling to find service because I always have service. It's just that the LTE is not here yet, but I'm always on Wi-Fi. So yeah, who knows? Android is for life. I used to work for Boost at an authorized dealer. Haha, 2 years. Yeah, I mean, I have been in some Boost stores that are awesome, but every one that I've been in has been terrible. I mean, if you buy a phone, whenever I bought my ZTE Warp Elite last year, I had it one day, it was defective, and they just about refused to even give me an exchange. I thought I did not pay $200 for this phone, brand new, for you to sit there and say, well, you're stuck with it. And everywhere I go now, it says no returns, no exchanges, unless, I guess, under certain exceptions. But for the most part, you're screwed pretty much. Let's see here. Scroll up a little bit. Have you heard about the ZT Axon 7 Mini on the 300? Yes, I have heard of that. I have. And honestly, a phone like that, I probably would have if I had a GSM carrier where I could bring phones onto the network. But Boost Mobile, being a CDMA locked provider, I can't do nothing like that, unfortunately. Mini is $250 at Best Buy right now. It's an awesome deal. Metro PCS is cheaper and is much faster, in which I had a Carrier have no life, and its charge this week is $2. whole hours and some change, and sometimes under 2 whole hours with a 2,000 milliamp hour removable battery. Now Metro PCS in my area is not that great. The other day I got the fastest download speeds I ever had with Boost Mobile at 58 megabits download and around 12 or 13 megabits upload. As far as pricing plans go, I don't think you're going to find anything cheaper than Boost Mobile. That's my opinion. $50 a month for unlimited. I mean, even if it is 23 gigabytes and you're maybe throttled a little bit, it's still only $45 a month with auto pay. In my plan right now, I get 5 to 10 gigabytes a month with unlimited talk and text, auto pay, $30 a month. No plan can beat that. Thoughts on the classic NES Mini or the Nintendo Switch? Let's open a Boost Mobile store. Yeah, we need to, man. I have been wanting to open a Boost store for about a year or two now. Um, that'd be awesome, man. But North Carolina here, Virginia, ain't that far away. But the thoughts on the classic NES, impossible to find unless you want to get price gouged on eBay or Amazon or whatever. I went to Target last night and they told me that they got 4 in on the release day. Only 4 in. And they've had no more since. To me, I think that Nintendo, one, did not kind of underestimated the popularity it's going to bring, or two, they just don't pump out enough inventory at all. But I will have one. That's the most definite. I will have one. Hey, ACB, you should review the ZT Exxon 7. It would be great. I would love to, however, I cannot afford it. I cannot afford it. Every phone that I review, I purchased my own self, and that phone right now, I can't afford it. I would love to, but unfortunately, right now, I can't. Boost stores are awful. All carrier stores are terrible. Boost is no worse than Cricket, Metro, or any of them. A lot easier to buy from a place like Best Buy. Don't have to deal with all the fees. Now, I do agree with the fee part. I believe that charging $25, $15 just for getting the phone is ridiculous. I think it's just a price gouge. But now, I have been in some Cricket stores that are really nice. Every Cricket store I've been into around here has been awesome. Boost stores, I can't say that. Cricket stores, I can say they've been very helpful. They've been very professional looking, very clean looking, and they really do help you out. From what I've experienced with Cricket stores around here, but I do agree with buying. Um, unless places like Cricket and Boost have like zero activation fees and all that stuff, then yeah, maybe going to a store. But to me, I think it is just as easy to go into Best Buy or Walmart and get a phone. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, let's see what we got here. Boost is starting to allow unlocked devices. Unlocked devices. Actually, what kind of devices are they allowing? They are selling Sprint SIM cards. Let me know how that is, because I haven't heard about that yet. Nintendo has always done that. Put low stock in stores and wait for high demands. Their release date systems are not accurate too. Well, that's like the Wii. You remember the Wii? The Wii was like a year wait. You could not find a Wii on the store shelves for a year around here. And I believe that, like I say, I just really believe that that they just don't put out the production. They just don't. I mean, I'm like y'all are crazy. This is going to be a hot seller, and if they ever, and I'm really hoping Nintendo does this, I hope that they make a Super NES Mini. Who's with me? Super NES Mini. We need one. Hey, if you want some nice phones, check out. I'm trying to. Oh, okay, I see it now. I saw $60 phone, 2 gigabytes, fingerprints. Cool. Yeah, I mean, when the first NES came out, I was only um when the NES first came out, they did the same thing. Yeah, I had the first NES, and I still have my first NES, and it still works when it feels like it. Um, and really, when you look at it, when you're selling it for $60, I mean, if you go to eBay.com and look at a new copy of Mario 3 or whatever, you're going to pay at least close to that for one game. And you can buy a little mini console that's HD compatible for $60 with 30 games included. But I want to see a review first. A review on what? On that phone that you mentioned? What kind of phone is it? Oh, okay, I got you now. Okay, the Lego or Lego M5. Okay, I got you now. Sorry about that. Do I prefer physical or digital? Could you explain, please, a little bit? I probably be like, duh, when you do. But sometimes I just don't seem to register everything just like that. So yeah, I mean, I still say Super NES Classic. It needs to come. If that comes out, you won't get one for like 2 years. I'm just really looking forward to seeing what kind of phones they're going to come out with next year. I'm really hoping that they will actually up the ante on the specs and the ROM and the RAM on the budget the mid-tier devices in 2017. Almost definitely. That's put way more than 30 games in it. There's just too many games. Super Metroid. Nintendo or other stuff like CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays. Um, bro, I'm still not getting it. You say physical or digital? Um, you mean like would I rather play games, being physical and playing games, or just like watching movies? Right now, if that's the question, right now I am not much into gaming. Right now, I've not played a game in like months. But a SNES Classic would be really nice. But yeah, I agree. More than 30 games would definitely have to be on that game on that little console. You can buy an actual Sega right now, a Sega Mini. I seen it at Target last night. $50 comes from Sega, and it has a buku of games for only $50. So I may buy one of them for the heck of it. I don't know yet. But it's got a lot of games on it. I seen it last night. $50 for that little Sega Genesis Mini. I don't know. Never actually heard of it until I seen it in the store last night. Like, would you own a DVD or buy it from the Google Play Store? Oh, okay. I'd own it. I don't buy movies and stuff like that from Google Play Store. I don't really. If I got Blu-ray collections and stuff like that, and that's what I have really. You know, I do watch Netflix quite often, um, Hulu at times. Um, but yeah, I own a lot of DVDs, Blu-rays. I prefer those myself over buying them on the Play Store. Um, so yeah, pretty much it's about. But yeah, I do watch Hulu, do watch Netflix, stuff of that nature. You know, that's what like on Black Friday. That's what I mainly go for is movies. I really don't have one to be honest with you. I've never really listened to much soundtracks as far as gaming goes. There are several. I can't think of them right now off the top of my head, but I really don't have a favorite. You know, whatever happened to Boost tablet plans? Are they still doing those? I have no idea. I really do not care one thing about a tablet. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it, but to me, I just don't care a thing about tablets. Um, they may still have the plans for, but to be perfectly honest with you, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea. The best video game soundtrack is the original Zelda. I mean, I like the Mario soundtracks. Of course, I like the Sonic soundtracks. Um, stuff like that. But never really give it much thought until you ask me that question. Real Tech Right says, I don't think Cricket or Boost Mobile do tablet plans. I really don't think so either. I mean, if they do, they're hidden, and I haven't seen them. But yeah, I mean, consoles. I mean, daggone, if consoles get any more real, I mean, what else can they really do? I mean, honestly, I mean, you look at the PS4, Xbox One, see some of the games coming out now, especially when it's 4K, that are 4K available. And I mean, really, what else can they come out with next? I mean, other than I guess virtual reality, which is out now already. But I mean, for huh, what's your worst Black Friday experience? Well, I've really not had a really bad Black Friday experience, other than the fact that I decided one night to wait like 3 hours in line for like two little items. That was partially my fault because I said I'm going to stay here in line. But honestly, around here, there's really not that big of an issue on Black Friday. Last year on Black Friday, especially at Walmart, walked right in, got what you wanted to get. There was not that much of a crowd. Went there when the doors opened, um, and when I went to check out, right to the front, aisles open, straight in, paid for it, out the door. I mean, it was so simple last year, and I credit a lot of that to the start of the online shopping. So you can get the same deals online the same day as you can go to the store. So some are like, well, why don't we go to the store? and fight the crowds. I can sit at home on the internet, order whatever I want to order, have it shipped to my house, and go do a dadgum thing. Well, the future of gaming is virtual reality. Yeah, I see that. That's really all that they can do next. Honestly, I mean, there's nothing else they can do. Games and things look so real now that, I mean, but yeah, I've really not had a really bad, like, I never had a fight on Black Friday. I've never been trampled on Black Friday. Um, I mean, it would take a lot for somebody to knock me down. um, I never had any kind of issue with anybody, like, trying to fight over an item because, like I said, around here it's pretty tame. Until you get to the very big cities, and then you got problems. And I try to stay away from them big cities. I go to these smaller cities. LG Pass 7 F7.0 is in Boost Mobile from last year's model is sold out very quickly. Does anyone do online Black Friday shopping? Seems easier for me. I did last year. I bought the majority of what I wanted to buy online last year. I did go into Walmart last year because I go every year with my brother-in-law. So me and him go every year. And we only went to Walmart. So now, like 2 or 3 years ago, I'd make a whole night of it. I would start Black Friday shopping to me, honestly, I think that Black Friday should be on Friday. I believe that all these big box stores are to shut down on Thanksgiving, let everybody spend time with their families, open at midnight like they used to. Because I think that starting Black Friday on Thursday at 5 p.m. is ridiculous. I don't agree with it. Yeah, I shop, but they're open anyway, so why not go? I mean, what you gonna do? I mean, you got millions of people shopping in stores. What's one person saying I ain't gonna do it? Gonna do really? Um, but I did do a lot of black. I did do now. Like I said, 2 or 3 years ago, I would stay out to 5 in the morning, just going all over the place and just shopping everywhere. The last year, I was out for a total of about 2 hours, and I came home to bed on Thanksgiving night. So I honestly I like the days on Black Friday whenever it started at midnight, Friday morning at midnight, because it just seemed really cool going in there at midnight. Because I mean, to me, it just seemed a whole lot better. I mean, that was actually Black Friday. Best Buy opened at midnight. I remember whenever Best Buy used to open uh, at 5 a.m. on Friday morning, which is what they really should do. I have a big beef with these big box stores like Best Buy, Walmart, Target, thinking that they have to open on Thursday at 5 or 6 p.m. when they can just as easily open at midnight and let the workers of all the stores all over the country spend one day with their family. I mean, come on now, be be real about it. I mean, don't be so daggone. You're going to have the same crowd at midnight as you will at 5 p.m. Believe me, there ain't going to be no shortage in crowds. So that's my biggest pet peeve right there with Black Friday. Um, what's the biggest memory card you use? So far, the biggest card I have is only a 32 gigabyte. That's the biggest card that I have, and I have a few of them. I have, um, I have like 3 or 4 cards, and I have in different phones for when I do, because I do different videos with different phones. I mean, I have a 32 gigabyte in the Stylo 2. I have 32 gigabyte in the J3. Uh, I think it's 30 gigabyte in the X Power. Because them are, if I do a video, if I do a lot of videos, I have several cards for each phone to where I can go sit there and take them out and put them in and out all the time. Do I do any Cyber Monday shopping? I really don't. I really don't do any Cyber Monday because I don't really see any deals on Cyber Monday, honestly. I mean, especially now since they have the same deals online as they do in store for Black Friday. I mean, if a phone costs is like originally $100 on stuff for 20 in the store, it's the same price online. So basically, it's cyber and in store. So on Black Friday. So I really don't. I like shopping at Walmart at midnight. It's just not so busy. You can sell. You can some sales are and you can some sales early. Yeah, if I go to Walmart, I like going at midnight, 1, 2 in the morning because there's nobody there unless it's Monday through like Wednesday, and then from Thursday into Sunday it's a madhouse. Yeah, I agree, but it kind of helps with the stress. Have you seen the Exxon 7 Mini? It's $199. I think I'll buy it. Yeah, I have seen the Exxon 7 Mini. I would love to have it myself if Boost Mobile could get it. Boost Mobile don't have it, and until they start unlocking everything to be able to start bringing these phones in, which they probably never will, we're watching this thing. Oh, okay, yeah, I was trying to get what you're saying there, so you can get sales early. Yeah, I mean, last year at Walmart, people were digging into the DVD and Blu-rays, myself included, before it even started. People already had their arms full of the DVDs and Blu-rays that were in the bins. It started, I think, at 6 p.m. last year here, and at like 5:30, people already had their arms full, mine included. I can't say nothing about anybody else because mine was the same way. Um, and we were grabbing them before it even started. So it was so much different last year from the year before. The year before, you couldn't move. You were just like this right here, trying to walk around Walmart. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, you was literally like, I mean, just all bunched up to yourself because you couldn't move. Last year, there was it was like a busy summer Saturday night, last Black Friday. Really, seriously. Do you want a Google Pixel? Yes, I do. I know someone right now that has it, and she said that she loves her Google Pixel XL. I would love to have one. I'm not paying $800 for it, but if somebody wants to send me one, I'll take it. Yeah, $850 for a Pixel is crazy. It's a nice phone, but way like the iPhone 7, $1,000. There is no way. There's no way I'd pay $1,000 for a phone. Not an iPhone 7, not a Google Pixel, nothing. Ain't no way. I mean, I mean, my wallet literally screams paying $100 for a phone. YouTube, Walmart, Black Fridays, Americans are getting desperate. I've seen some Walmarts now where people are just crazy. And I'm like, come on, people. Dadgum. Some people about kill you over something. And I'm like, that, you know, to me, it ain't worth being sent to a hospital or being killed over saving $50 on something. I mean, seriously. Like I said, that's why it's good a lot of times also to have it available to buy online. You sit at home, behind your computer, behind your cell phone, whatever you want to do, order away, shop away. Ain't got to worry about nobody trampling on you. You just all right here or on the computer. I've had the S7 Edge for almost 9 months, and it's priced at $900, but you get what you pay for. Kind of want a new work phone. Yeah, I have to kind of, I sort of semi agree with that. S7, you pay $900 for it. It does everything great, but for the majority of people, for what they use their phones for, a phone like this right here is going to suffice, unless you just want the most expensive thing out there. That's just my personal opinion. I think that $1,000, $800, $700, $600, $500 is just ridiculous for a phone. I don't care what it is. I don't care what name brand it says. I don't care what specs it's got. I don't care what kind of features it's got on it. I think that anything over $500 is a ripoff, in my personal opinion. Don't hate me for it. Don't shoot me for it, please. Don't hate me for it. That's just my personal opinion. We all have our own opinions. But honestly, I have used a Galaxy S5 from 2 years ago. Okay, I actually took one of my best budget phones and put it up next to a Galaxy S5, and my phone outperformed the Galaxy S5. No lie. And the Galaxy S5 cost 6 times more than the phone that I was testing out beside it. The S5 lagged, it froze, and it just did not perform like my little budget phone did. That's just my honest opinion. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Did you get your wipers? That's out loud. No, I was not paying $70 for 2 wipers for my car. I think that is ridiculous to charge $35 a piece for wipers. And Target only had 1 wiper, and that was not my size. They were $20 a piece there. So I'll get them sometime or another. Who cares? I don't know. Shop online so you won't get killed. Yeah, there you go. The S7 that was waterproof, has wireless charging and more. I can see 900 for that. The Pixel is basically a Nexus phone with none of those features. 850 is outrageous for that. Yes, I agree. Now, like I say, I do agree. The more features on a phone, the more stuff on a device, the more it's going to go up in price. But $900, that's hard to swallow. I mean, like I say, my wallet whines and screams at $100 for a phone. It's gorgeous in its silver and cameras. Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure. I've seen the Galaxy S7. It's a beautiful phone. I mean, there is no denying it. It's a beautiful phone. It looks good. The camera, I'm sure, is stellar. I'm sure it's amazing. And I'm sure that, if you went from that phone right there to this X Power, you would be disappointed. Now, as far as speed goes, I don't know. This phone here is pretty fast. But I do know that when you go from a very nice phone like that to a lower end phone, you can't tell the difference. Have you ever been scammed with fake Chinese phones? No, I've never bought any phone like that could be scammable. I've never actually bought a phone online from like eBay, Amazon, nothing like that. Unless it's brand new, sealed, like you buy at a Boost Mobile store or a Best Buy store. Because the only phones I've bought off like eBay is Boost Mobile phones that come sealed, just like the ones you buy at Walmart. But yeah, I do agree. But I kind of feel the sub 400 market is competitive. Had the GS5, it was crap. Yeah, the GS5 to me was a awful phone. I recently brought out my old Galaxy S3, and oh my goodness, oh, that phone was a powerhouse back in the day. Back whenever apps wasn't so big and things wasn't so intense. That thing wouldn't do nothing. Honestly, that thing wouldn't do anything. And yeah, honestly, when you look at some phones in the sub 400 market, they're coming out with now. with the RAM, the ROM, the processors that are $300, and they really match up performance-wise with a phone that costs near $1,000. That's kind of heartbreaking. So yeah, I know what you mean. Is the X Power as loud as the Alcatel Idol 3? I've never used the Alcatel Idol 3, so I don't know. Now, was the Idol 3 speakers in the front? I don't remember. I never had one. I always wanted one. Never did buy one. The X Power is decently loud. I won't say it'll blow your eardrums out. If you got it in your pocket, you'll probably miss a phone call. Yeah, it is, but I only had it for 9 months, and it's not slowing down one itty bit. So it'll last me 2 years. But the S8 rumors are testing me, trying to control myself. I know how it is. I know how it is. I mean, especially going from one phone to the next phone, and awesome to everybody who can't afford to buy these, flagship devices like that. I mean, it's awesome. Myself personally, I just, since I'm on prepaid, I prefer the lower budget to mid-tier devices. Now, I'm not sitting there saying if you offer me a Google Pixel XL or if you offer me a Galaxy S7 Edge or an iPhone 7, I would say, nah, I don't want it. Because I'd grab it. I'd be like, thanks, be done with it. What's your worst and best phone of 2016? Now, since all year I've only really had Boost phones, and I would say probably the worst phone that I had in 2016 that I've purchased in 2016 would be probably like the Alcatel Dawn or the LG K3, which is very cheap, and I wouldn't even want to use them as a backup device. Now I know that everybody that don't deal with budget phones really won't understand a lot about these budget phones. But the Alcatel Dawn or the LG K3 was probably one of the worst phones I had that I have bought in 2016. So far, one of the best devices is hard to really answer that because there's about 3 right now that are really good devices. And that's my Stylo 2, the LG X Power, and the Galaxy J3. I don't want to spend over $150 for a phone. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's very hard to. I have to really, really, really want it on Boost Mobile to pay over $150 for a phone. Also, oh yeah, I'd probably say one of the best ones I bought, and I know this is going to sound bad, being all Android. I did buy the iPhone 5S in 2016. That's probably been one of my most favorite phones so far of the year. So don't hurt me for that. But yeah, I'm on Verizon, but I'm thinking about switching to Boost because my mom has it and she has unlimited 4G for $50 a month. I pay like $70 for nothing, and she has better reception. Wow. Yeah, and it's only $45 a month with auto pay. Now it's unlimited, but at 23 gigabytes, you will get a message saying that you will be slowed down your speeds in congested areas. Now it's not saying. I mean, I've heard a lot of people dog Boost Mobile saying that they'll throttle you down to slow speeds after you reach 23 gigs. It's not so. Everyone that I have talked to that has got the unlimited unhooked plan on Boost Mobile tells me that once they reach that 23 gigabyte threshold, they get a message saying that you will be slowed down in congested areas. That means if you are standing beside somebody with Boost Mobile's only use 10 gigs that month and you use 50 gigs that month, their speeds will be faster than your speeds in the same exact spot. That's what it means. And if you are in a non-congested area, your speed should be the exact same as you got at 1 gigabyte of usage. I'm so tempted to get the J7 Friday. Just not sure I want another line. Just got the G4 Play on Verizon and the Z Max Pro on Metro. But I really want to try the J7. I do too. Now, if I end up keeping the X Power, I will not be able to get the J7. If I return to X Power, I will get the J7. So right now, I'm still weighing out, because, you know, the J7 has a front flash. It's got a bit bigger screen. It runs the octa-core 617 processor with 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of onboard storage, and it's a really good looking device. I still have my $60 plan unlimited before Boost Mobile removed their plan. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember you bought the S5. It's $99 now. I don't know where at, because I've not seen it for $99. Not for Boost Mobile. I only have 1.4 gigabyte, and she has better reception, but I only need like 3 gigabytes to be happy. 23 is a lot for me. I won't even reach like 5 gigs. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, 45 a month with auto pay, and you'll have unlimited data. If you don't use more, and you can just use it, then not have to worry about it, because you'll have it. So yeah, I mean, you know, like I say, whenever somebody says Boost Mobile sucks, when they say Metro PCS sucks, Cricket sucks, you know, that's just one person's opinion. And I say that because Walmart has it for $99 now. Now, is that for Boost Mobile? Because I have looked on Walmart and Boost Mobile, and I have not seen the 5S on Walmart.com. It may be 99. It's going to be 99 for the 5S on Straight Talk on Black Friday at Walmart, but not for the Boost Mobile. Is still like $199. Is the processor on the J7 better than the one on the X Power? I think that they're about the same. I believe the 1.8 octa-core MediaTek is sort of similar or the exact same as a Snapdragon 617. So I really ain't sure which one will be faster. I can't remember if Tito from Aloha Android, if he done a comparison between the two or not. I'm trying to remember. I know I watched it if he did, but I can't remember. I can't remember if he did or not. Maybe just go to his channel and look it up and see if he done a comparison between the X Power and the J7. Because I know that Walmart on Black Friday is going to have the iPhone 5S for Straight Talk and Total Wireless for only $99. But Walmart don't sell the iPhone 5S for Boost Mobile. Best Buy sells the iPhone 5S on Boost Mobile, but it is $199. So yeah, I mean, you know, I would love to be able to just have the money to buy all the phones I want to buy, test them, review them. It would be really nice to be sponsored by Black Boost Mobile, especially as many phones as I bought with them, and as much as I have boosted their or have made videos lifting their service up. There have been a few times I've dogged them because they have messed my service up, but most part I'm satisfied. Verizon has the new Verizon. Walmart has the new Verizon prepaid. Walmart has the new Verizon prepaid plans going now to $50 and you get 7 gigs of data. That's not bad. And $70 for 12 gigs of data. Now that's not bad. I mean, I will say that if you if you get better with Verizon and like from like Sprint or Boost Mobile, and you don't use much data, 7 gigs, $50 a month. That's not bad at all. I really ain't. Are you going to play Super Mario Run next month on your iPhone 5S? You better believe it. The 617 and the J7 is a stronger chip than the MediaTek chip. It's close though. Yeah, I thought it may be a bit stronger, but I really, like I say, I really don't study up on processors. I really know more about Snapdragon than MediaTek. I really know nothing about MediaTek processors, honestly. So the 617, what I have heard is the 617 and the J7 does get hot when playing games, but so does this phone here. I was doing my little snap vlog last night on Snapchat, and after what, maybe 10 snaps I'd done, the phone was very hot. So yeah, you don't really have that issue on the Snapdragon 410, but when you go talk the 617 or the Media, you really starts heating up. What do you think of the iPhone 7 Plus? I'm kind of mixed about it, but I pre-ordered one for my mom because she needs a new phone bad, and I just love my mama, and it's her early present. Well, that's really nice. That's really awesome, man. And all that. I think the iPhone 7 Plus is, from what I've read about it, is a nice phone. Now I have seen camera tests between what's supposed to be the best camera on the Google Pixel XL versus the iPhone 7 Plus. Um, um, and I thought the iPhone 7 looked better. Now, really, when it comes to iOS and Android, I'm about equal on both of them. I mean, I'll use either one of them. But I think the iPhone 7 Plus would be a good phone. I think that's very nice for pre-ordering it for your mom. Like that's really awesome, man. This year has been pretty pricey for me. I had to pay $7K for surgery for my tendons. So it was an accident and it sucked. Yeah, I know how you feel. I had to have a surgery right there. The scar's still there for something very small, and it costs like more than I wanted to pay for. That's for daggum sure. I'm considering getting the iPhone. Which do you prefer, iPhone 6 or iPhone 6S? I only had the 5S. Now, I have about that much experience with an iPhone. I got this much experience with an Android, but that much with an iPhone. Because the 5S is the first iOS device I really ever had. So I'm still learning it. So when it comes to me trying to, say what you prefer to 6S, I really don't know. I'm sorry, I can't help you out more with that. So I apologize, really do. All octa-core chips heat up some. You see it in all octa-cores. The quad-core stay pretty cool. That's why they went back to quad-core for the Snapdragon 820. Yeah. Yeah, I expected the 6S, like Miro says there, that does have better specs. But really, I guess it kind of comes down to price. What you can afford, really. Because, of course, you're going to pay more for that. But, doesn't the J7 also carry in Snapdragon 415 too? That I don't know. As far as I know, the J7 only runs the Snapdragon 617. She never used the headphone jack, so it doesn't matter to her. Does a lot to me. Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy that iPhone done away with the headphone jack, and is relying on these ridiculously priced earbuds and all these adapters and this. I think it's just kind of crazy. Tim says, no, the Boost J7 has this ST617. That's true. i7 Plus, i7, iPhone 7 Plus charges faster with an iPad 12 watt and Apple 29 watt charger. Charges faster about 1.5 to as close to 3 times compared to the stock charger that charges closely as 4 hours. Cool. The fastest phone I have to charges is my iPhone 5S. It can be depleted 0% and it'll charge to 100%. It's a tad over an hour with a stock charger. Yeah, the Metro version of the J7 does run the Exynos chipset. I knew that another carrier carried the J7. Thank you, Tim. I wasn't sure which carrier it was. I knew one did run the Exynos, but thank you for reminding me, and thanks for sharing that. So, really, I mean, when it comes to Samsung, what do y'all like better? Snapdragon or Exynos? Because me, I don't know. I never owned a Samsung with an Exynos processor. So, yeah. Hey, what's up, Tito? Good morning. Thanks for stopping by to show support, man. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day, and hope you have a great day. The Exynos runs a little smoother, but the Snapdragon chips in mid to low end phones are a bit more powerful. Okay, yeah, like I say, I'm not really experienced when it comes to the differences between Snapdragon and Exynos and Samsung devices. Um, so yeah, I really appreciate the information that you're giving on that too. Um, so yeah, let's see, how long have I been streaming here now? I'm fixing to have to close this out here just a little bit. It's about feeding time. It's been kind of a slow morning today. Saturdays always are, and so yeah, for everyone who catches the replay on the first thoughts, I want to just kind of recap. All right, Tito, have a good weekend. Be safe. Have a great day, and thanks for stopping in. But for anybody who watches the replay, right quick, I want to recap. Um, the X Power is a great phone. It runs very smooth. Runs the 1.8 gigahertz octa-core MediaTek Helio P10 chipset, 2 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of onboard storage, 8 megapixel camera, 1080p recording, 5 megapixel camera in the front, 5.3 inch 720p display, works like a champ. Battery life, 4,100 milliamp hour battery, works like a dream. Stays charged a long time and really is no slouch. So if you're thinking about picking this phone up, I would recommend it. However, I'm not saying go buy it because I never say that to anybody who asks. If you directly ask me, should I buy it? I would say if you want to try it, I would buy it. Make sure you got a return policy. So if you don't like it, you can return it. So yeah. Survivor Series tomorrow. Yeah, Survivor Series tomorrow. But I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks everyone for joining in on this live stream. First thoughts on the LGX Power Q&A and open topic discussion. I want to thank every one of y'all who joined in, who's been a big help. I appreciate every one of y'all for stopping in. It really means a lot to me. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope y'all all know that. Y'all are awesome. And so I'm gonna go ahead and end this broadcast here. So I hope this was a help. This was a help. And for whoever watches the replay, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will get back to your answers as quick as possible. So yeah, everyone have a great Saturday, and we'll talk to y'all later.